Hello everyone. I am Rong. Welcome to my channel. Do we know if GPT is usable? But do you really think it's useful? And then? In fact, we can use it for data analysis. This is a very excellent and meaningful thing. Many tutorials we see on the internet are more fragmented. And it's too far from our lives. Today, we will use the AI technology of generation to delve deeper into the real estate market of Taipei City. This should be quite down to earth, right? Taiwan is facing a time of high and no retreat in house prices. The wishful thinking has always been there. High house prices have become a fact. The difficulty of buying a house is also increasing. We attempt to analyze this hot topic by combining data and intelligence. Although most of us can't afford high house prices. But through analysis, we can better understand the dynamics of the market, grasp the trends and opportunities among them. Let's delve into this fascinating topic together. To do data analysis, of course, first we need to obtain the following data. We go directly to the Open Data section of the Ministry of the Interior website, right? Just need to get the actual transaction data and ESP files. The link will be placed below the video here. I'm a file. And manually merge them together. Of course, if you're lazy, you can also write a small program, merge the downloaded individual files into one. Because the file is quarterly, and I analyze only 100 billion data from 10 years ago to now is relatively small in volume, so I just smarted a bit. Merge these few into a new file. In the explanation part of the dataset during our period, that's 10 billion, from January 2010 to April 2013, last month's data totaled parameters. There are 33 of them. The recorded number is about more than 80,000 records, so this number of records may be too much for previous GPT models to handle. For all current occurrences, shouldn't be a problem. Then here we will see our parameters. About 33 of them, including town district transaction site land door number. The number of transactions and buildings. The transaction year and month, as well as the number of floors. The total price of the transaction house, the total price of the house, whether there is a management unit, including whether there is electricity and elevator. So first of all, we'll upload the data, and what else? We will first delete some unnecessary columns, including non-urban land use zoning. Non-urban land use zoning designation note number. These are some unrelated data. We will first exclude it. Let's take a look at our shoe data and the approximate format of the data. This includes rural areas, the number of transactions, and its door number. Drag it to the right again. The land area is divided into zones. Deals year and month tree. Transfer level. The type and form of the house. Main building materials, reinforced concrete, still made this brick wall. The completion time of the building. Year and month. Is there a management organization? Partition, layout, total price, unit price, and car interior. The relevant information mentioned just now is not needed. We will exclude it later. Okay, once we have relevant information, we go directly. When we come here, if you need to download data, you can go to this Open Data section of the Ministry of the Interior. Go download this data. Then what about him? Each quarter, you can download part of it to download. It's a lib compression file. You can see the CSV file inside after decompression. Lastly, we just need to combine them. Okay, let's not waste time. Let's proceed directly with the relevant operations. First of all, our charts at the back may show the Chinese table name, which still remembers that we currently lack GPT for printing Chinese reports. Or you can go through the chart. There may still be garbled code issues, so here we start by putting our. Is it in Chinese font? Upload it first. Okay, after completion, let's give him a prompt first. That is to say, please remember that all the Chinese characters uploaded behind the font are used. The Chinese font presentation. Let her remember this thing first. First, we upload the data, and then. Let's execute one thing first. I asked him to remove the unused columns, including remarks, reference numbers, non-urban land use zoning, and the edge of non-urban land use. I'll first do a simple processing of the data. Okay, then he has already deleted those unnecessary columns first. He will also tell me the data in the first few lines after cleaning. We'll list it out first. Okay, we can just pause it here. Okay, then we can proceed with this simple analysis. Okay, let's move on to the proportion of building types. This residential building, including above laundry floor, the part with elevator O, about 37% of apartments below 5 floors with no elevator. Also includes about 23%. Are there elevators in Huaxia under 10 floors? It's 2 layers. Others are 14.7. Basically, the first 3 added up are already close to about 70 to 80%. Probably close to 70 to 80%. Okay, you can also ask him to use this pie chart to show it. Then please use a circular pie chart. Okay, that's simple too. Through the pie chart, you can also intuitively see it. His distribution of these proportions. Next, we can also do some trend analysis. Could you help me analyze the monthly trends based on building types? In the rehabilitation process, there are some calculation issues with the columns. But it doesn't matter, he will automatically help you convert. Just need to wait a little longer. Okay, after a busy period, our graph has been generated for this monthly trend analysis of building types. Zoom in a bit by yourself. Everyone can see more clearly. Okay, this includes residential building 11 floors, apartment 5 floors or below, other suites with 1 living room 1 bathroom, etc. Actually, before this, he also tried to correct some errors. I think his current development is getting better and better. Let's scroll up a bit. In fact, from the command I just issued, okay, issue the command to the middle of the chart. He has actually gone through many rounds of error correction. Just leave it all to her to handle it. You don't need to worry too much. In the end, we can still get the results we want. Then we can take another look. We can directly from the ping aspect to observe the average unit price per ping. What about these? These are some key terms usages I saw on other websites that can be used for analysis of house prices. Let's share them all together in this analysis. But also found some problems. He said, in his dataset, there is no total building transfer area. But he helped me to do this similar query. Found the field of building transfer total square meters to help me with the analysis. Okay, then he will start using this field for this military rank average price analysis. Including forests, 10 pings, 10,000, 100,000, 82,000. Average price 820,000. Well, 66,000 for 20 to 40 pings. Well, 71,000 for 40 to 60 pings. 60 to 80, 75, 80 to 100, 770,000 to above 950,000 for luxury level, 950,000. And he also made a table of average unit price per ping for us. Then we can see it clearly. This front and back end. The average of small and large ping values. Basically more than the middle. Still need to go higher. This is the information we have observed. It's very convenient too. The font in our previous part. He has also been useful for us. There is no problem with these Chinese characters. Okay, do you think doing analysis is enough? He can also help us do a deeper analysis, called root cause analysis. What about before? You may need some statistical background, and may also require some programming background. Now we don't need any of it, as long as you are willing to think about it. Okay, let's ask what the relationship is between per ping unit price and the box. So, he just tells you. Oh, in order to find the relationship between each ping of the head of the family and he needs to carry out this correlation analysis. This is statistical analysis. It can help us understand the unit price per ping. The relationship with other variables. We analyze the correlation of numerical variables in the data and draw the matrix of this relationship. Let's understand more intuitively which factors are more highly correlated with unit price per ping. Okay, he will help me to check the correlation of variables. To handle this step out. Also tell you what we see from this data. Per ping unit price. The highest correlation is with the total price. Oh, of course, the correlation is still relatively low. And the relationship between unit price and total price. He also said, the correlation of other variables with unit price per ping is quite low. Okay, he said he wants to further explore other non-numeric variables. For example, building type main use. The relationship between crocodile unit price. More analysis. Then I can say, we need to do further exploration. The non-numeric part he mentioned. Actually, he will help us give some advice. It can analyze building types and main uses. To unit price per ping. Influence? I think this is quite good too. Because the main purpose is? With the form of the building, to what extent will it affect? Okay, we have obtained our result. Let's see what kind of results. Is it not what everyone thinks? It's the same, or is the difference very large? Let's take a look at it, the one on the left. This y-axis is from low to high per ping unit price. Case axis part? I separately, it's the good building forms. Let's take a look at the highest one. Taking this posthumous to 5 days, the unit price per ping of this form is the highest. Next, let's take a look at which the second highest part is the store. Oh, the surface part should be quite easy to understand. Relatively speaking, the lowest form of unit price per ping. The lowest should be a suite here. 1 bedroom, 1 living room, 1 bathroom. This is the lowest. This is provided for everyone to refer to. Next, it's the different uses. In terms of unit price per ping, we do the same. Choose the highest and lowest to demonstrate and explain. So the results of the analysis here, this residential commercial office, should be residential and commercial zero use. Residential commercial office part, he is from Beiping. The average price is the highest. The lowest part is industrial. That shouldn't be too different from what we understand. Okay, then what's next? We can also consider looking at it. What other analyses can we do, including the first house age that we all want to know? Relationship of unit price? You can tell us some clues through this HBT. And he smartly tells us it starts from the completion date of the building. To extract the completion date of the building to calculate the residence. Then he will use this scatter plot to show the relationship between house age and unit price per ping. Oh, the same in the past. You have to write code to pre-process this data. Now it's really convenient. Just let her handle it. Then you just open your mouth and ask for a cup of coffee to see the results. Then cross your legs and have a cup of coffee to see the results. Really very happy. So, we still want to tell everyone in this post-era. Everyone must make good use of such opportunities. Well, use this tool well to empower yourself in the value in daily life or in the organizational aspect. In this way, you won't be easily eliminate. Okay, let's take a look at the relationship between house age and unit price per ping. This chart is a bit crowded. Okay, then let's take a rough look here. The relationship between age and unit price per ping. Let's not look at this off-peak value. Basically still. Mostly in this. Within about 15 years. There is a relationship between age and Lei Yun, remember, but it's not very obvious. So it doesn't matter. Oh, then Actually, you can reverse it. When you don't know anything, then you can ask him to walk you through the analysis. You can use this lower body term. Ask him to take you through real estate and statistical analysis step by step. Analysis. It's actually more brainless than we just did. He has handled everything for you here. Main steps: data cleaning and processing, basic description, statistical analysis, exploratory analysis between variables. Through visualization to understand data, regression analysis, simulation to predict real estate prices. Results, interpretation and application. The results of the analysis are applied to actual decision making. Then here, I don't have to do anything. He will help you analyze it. It says, the data cleaning part. Then start over then. Such analysis? There are a lot of missing value columns, including this non-urban ground use zoning with the understanding we just had. He chose to remove it. This is great. We don't need to specifically understand it. Help us understand and then remove it. And then help us remove unnecessary columns. Just mention these. Next, let's handle the remaining missing values. We know that missing values are quite important in this data analysis. Okay, then help us complete the filling. Or remove. Next, it is to perform basic descriptive statistical analysis. Okay, here it will mention the descriptive statistics of this numerical variable, including mean, median, standard deviation, etc. Distribution of variables, including the total price and unit price per square meter. Standard deviation, mean, maximum, minimum, etc. I won't go into detail about the variable distribution. Go explain to everyone and implement it. Look at the various variables. Average unit price analysis. He first shows that the average unit price of this building type, main purpose by district, is used to analyze the average unit price per ping of each variable. This momentum. Then here, the calculated results can also be seen. Let's take a look. This inside this Zhongshan. In this Zhongxing district part, my unit price per ping is the highest, approaching over 860,000. Approaching 870,000. What about the lowest part? It is located in the Nehu area. Then next, it's Beitu here. This is everyone's reference for buying a house. You can also refer to the type part to see that we can see in the stretcher part. The store is the highest, the store is the highest. The suite is the lowest. So this suite. Unit price. Overall, his average unit price is low. If you are going to invest, then the unit price of the entering form can be used as a reference. So here is the unit price per ping drawn by zone. It is not surprising that it is consistent with what everyone thinks should be coincident. The highest unit price per ping falls in the Dun district. The lowest part of the Taiwan area. Probably Wenshan and Wanghua. Okay, what about the building type? Just seen that the terraced house is the highest. The part of unit price per ping of the main use. This residential commercial office is the highest. In the exploratory analysis part, here, he is doing EDA exploratory data analysis. Well, some data distributions are done here. The distribution starts from histograms and box plots. You can take a look at the total price of these charts here. Let's switch to building transfer per ping to another. Analysis is done. Please combine the positive spider web theory of real estate to conduct analysis. If you are not sure what spider web theory is, then you can Google or tribute it again. Here we'll mention the spider web theory is used to explain the dynamics between supply and demand. Then adjust this economic model well. And so on. Then here is the defined problem. Data collection. Explore and engineer modeling. Okay, hero. Then he mentioned, I provide some transaction information. What if not? It can help us do this simulation. We don't care about it. Use. There. Data processing. Okay, then proceed to the spider web theory part. He just tells us he needs to explore the data first. and visualize this data. Okay, so what's first? It's analyzing the historical trend of house prices here. Looks a bit crowded. A bit crowded. Okay, that's fine. Next, he mentioned the relationship between house age and house price. Although we have seen it before, this is another way of presenting it. Everyone can also refer to it. Okay, we've all seen this before. Let's just skip it over. This should be the same result as just now. In fact, there will be no problem with the calculation. Okay, so what's next? The part here is different from just now. It performs some feature engineering. Then including, according to the spider web theory, what about creating a feature that reflects supply and demand? He may only have the house price data now. So here, assume that the total price represents the demand in the market. So this building transfer represents the supply. He uses this way. Flexibly help me convert it into features. Conduct this modeling. And predict and also tell us this simple regression. Predicting future house prices and calculating mean square error. The military error here is quite high. Okay, let's skip him. Okay, where to next? This is also the conclusion obtained by the model coefficient. Casually mentioned this early stage price for future house prices has a positive impact. He indicates the past trend of house prices has a certain predictive function for future house prices. Okay, let's look at the total area of building transfer again. Negative impact on future house prices. Impact. Do not increase the supply quantity will lead to house prices. This should be quite in line with the supply and demand theory. Well, the total price. There is a weak positive correlation with future house prices. Positive impact. Indicates that an increase in demand will lead to an increase in house prices. Well, what's the next step? He tells us. Can conduct deeper analysis. Including checking the model's long X. Ensure this assumption is valid, using complex models to improve predictability. Introduce other parameters, etc. Okay, actually this has already used some statistical analysis. Actually, we can also use this machine learning analysis to observe different aspects. Then here we go, using this intense analysis. Wow, identifying similar real estate market areas. Segment and position the market segments. Okay, what is the purpose of this? It helps us understand the characteristics and behavior patterns of different market areas. Let's see if it can help us complete this machine learning task. Then he began to use intense analysis. To distinguish this similarity, real estate in the area is an effective method. Help us segment and position the market. And list out some steps including selecting features suitable for intense features, including price per ping, the types of buildings, usage, age, etc. This is quite nice. Then help you standardize the data. In the same scale, there are the same breeds. Choose intense methods. Then it uses common algorithms such as k-means clustering and hierarchical clustering. Then use internal evaluation indicators. First, it uses the k-means clustering algorithm for analysis. Then he picked unit price per ping, building type, and usage. Use the interior as a clustering feature. Then proceed with this standardization process. Let's continue to see it. Help us process O. Then also do some processing for dimensionality reduction PCA processing. Reduce it to 2 or 3 dimensions, and then do some intense analysis. Intense. Everyone can understand O. It assumes that you don't know the condition inside this data. We just need to group it and classify it into a certain category, cluster it together. So we take from a bunch of data. Can be clearer. They shrink this data with many parameters through PCA reduction. Pick up and categorize into several groups. Then you know then originally approximately in these markets. What types of people there are, or what types of property price characteristics there are. The data of these features make it convenient for you to do such subsequent strategic planning. Let's take a look. He is still helping us process it successfully. Conduct this intense analysis. It mentions the silhouette coefficient 0.378, which is an indicator of moderate clustering effect. Indicates the results of the analysis are relatively good. Here it is categorized into classes 0 to 4, divided into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, divided into 5 categories. Alright, then help us categorize these 5 categories, shall we? Draw out the intense spatial features and distributions in the cultural space. Okay, so our real estate accumulation. It will roughly divide like this: 1 2 3 4 5 has 5 blocks. Here are 10 and main 10 of them. Very clearly presenting this information. Help you cut. Categories have been classified. Okay, then explain it. This is quite an interesting one for everyone.
Roar.
Take a look at.
What about
blast? Can you tell which class 0 is here? There is no diagram here. Can't quite tell, let's take a look. Okay, properties with diverse real estate features may cover properties with medium prices and moderate ages. No image, really not good to look at.
But
this part of 150,000. The number of returns is small, possibly for specific purposes or properties in a special price range. Less quantity, very difficult, probably these. The outer one is the following ones. Okay, so actually he tells
Next,
us we can further analyze based on these categories. The specific features of each area. Develop corresponding market strategies. Alright then, for example, conduct targeted marketing analysis for different clustering areas, etc. Further analysis. I asked him to further analyze this one. Let's see which ones we think. Ones we want to further understand, but close to 4. Everyone take a guess. Let's take a look at it. This S2 mainly focuses on a specific range of returns. Could be areas with lower prices or higher house ages. This should be the choice of many people. Then let us further analyze class 2. Okay, then he helps us further analyze class 2 to understand the specific features and market positioning. You help us to do this intense statistics. And within this clustering too? Its mean price per ping has reached 90. 980,000. 100,000 reached 980,000. Approaching 1 million. Then the average of 50. This is a standard deviation of 2.53, 1.23. Seems quite new. This number should refer to new building properties in class 2. Because the house is very low. I have a maximum of 5 years, so its low age is pressed before. Because it's a new construction. So the price per ping is quite high. 80 to 135,000 also. Okay, so we can. He helps you classify and judge that class 2 should be new buildings with lower house age. Then visualize the analysis. Let's take a look at the distribution chart of unit price per ping, the distribution chart of house age, and the relationship between unit price per ping and house age. What about the right is? This is the price per ping. Take this as the area. So next. This is the distribution of house age distribution. Looks new. Most in 2 years. This is the relationship between unit price per ping and 50. Register. Relationship with the age of the house. We can see that more colors indicate more concentration. Among them, in this age of 2 years and 3 years. Participate in this part here. Okay, and here it mentions. We can directly look at the analysis results. As for the distribution of price per ping mentioned here. Most of the properties are concentrated between 800,000 to 1.3 million, and the unit price per ping is between 850,000 to 1.1 million, mostly between 1 to 3 years, in front of 2 years mostly. The relationship between price and age and buying can see that there is no clear linear relationship between unit price per ping and house age. So it indicates. What is it? The age of the house has a relatively small impact on the price per ping. Then each should be quite high. So it feels like there is not much difference. What about feature matching? It compares class 2 with other classes. Identify the features of the 2. Let's take a look at the unique aspects of 2. Then we will analyze the distribution of the unit price per ping and the age of the house in each class. Can go. To participate plus 12,345, there are 5 here, and this is the distribution of unit price per ping in different classes. Different groups. He actually still has a good focus on the unit price per ping. Where are the different groups? In this part of the house age. Actually, it can be separated. So this. The third one is quite close. Two are in another place. It's quite close. So here go directly to do this part of the feature analysis. Class 2 mentioned here has relatively centralized unit price per ping distribution. By comparison, the unit price per ping of other classes is more dispersed. Especially 1 and 4. 1 and 4 are slightly more scattered parts. 1 is spread out from 1 to 40. Okay, displaying a higher price per ping range. Then the part inside the house age spans from 1 to 30. Indicates it is more in the condition containing new buildings. By comparison, the age distribution of other classes is more extensive. Especially 0 and 3 show more old buildings. Lingenshun. To 3. Need to diversify. More old coming in and out well. So here too. Also told you about this analysis. These features indicate that Class 2 is an area with densely packed old houses. And the price range is relatively concentrated. Suitable for what young investmenters who prefer stable prices? He has captured our key points. Okay, the next step can be for this internal monitoring mode of +2 and other aspects of analysis. So here we are behind. Leave it to everyone to do this practice well. So today, mainly tell everyone 2 things. One thing we can use is government public data. Conduct orderly analysis. Then another thing is in the analysis process. You may encounter garbled Chinese characters, so it's okay. So we are at the forefront. As well as other videos here, it teaches you to upload our source of thought. And ask him to remember the uploaded Chinese type. What's next? Use this Chinese type to create charts. That point in all subsequent analyses. There will be no garbled Chinese characters anymore. Okay, so above is today's sharing. Hope you will like it. Goodbye, see you next time.